Y'all, it's Harriyanna and I'm back with another video. Yes, I am aware that I have been gone for about a week, but if you guys read my community post, which you should, you would know why I was gone. I recently just started back school. Yes, in the middle of a pandemic, and it's a mess. Let's just, yeah. But yeah, I needed to focus on that for the week. And here I am today. I'm just spending this whole day dedicated to my YouTube channel, as I see there are a lot of new guys here and I'm grateful for you all. Hi. Also, another reason why, like, aside from school, I am also working on a new project that I'm not ready to tell you guys about yet. I know I said that before, but it's coming. It will be announced soon. Now, the main reason I'm making this video, because this video is really a follow-up for my last Dan Schneider video. If you guys have not seen that, it is currently one of my most viewed videos at the moment. And it's so strange because I made that video 2 months ago, and now I think because something happened where Dan Schneider is trending again, yeah, the video is getting views, and like, wow. And I mentioned briefly about Alexa Nichols in the video, and a lot of you guys said you would like for me to break down and talk about what happened to Alexa Nichols, so that is what I'm here to do for you guys today. But before we get into the video, I have an announcement and I have a disclaimer. Not really an announcement, I have like an apology. I did mention in my last Dan Schneider video I said something wrong where I thought Carly said brown was the color of crazy, but you guys did correct me and say she said the color of gravy, and I looked up the episode and I saw that she did say that. So yes, I do apologize for that false information, and thank you guys for correcting me on that, because it's been years since I've seen that episode. I've probably only seen it a few times, so yeah, thank you. Also, we need to go over some housekeeping rules about what we do here in Harry Hook's pirate ship. Harriyanna, you guys know that's my internet nickname. I make videos about nostalgia, family entertainment, racism. That's like my key 3 things. Because a lot of y'all were talking about I should not be talking about this and I need to be talking about that and whatnot. And I'm just letting y'all know this is what we do here in Harry Hook's pirate ship. Because on Harry Hook's pirate ship, we do things that a lot of other people don't do. Okay? The reason why I didn't make videos, like if you're wondering why I didn't make a video about something, it's because somebody else made it already and they said all the points that I had. Okay? Like, if I see somebody else made a video about it, there's probably no need for me to make one. Anyway, I'll shut up. Let's get into the video. So, also, you guys seem to really like the format of the way I did my Dan Schneider racism video. So, that's what I'm going to continue doing for my videos from now on. So, who is Alexa Nichols? Alexa Nichols was Nicole on Zoey 101. That is the role she is best known for. On Zoey 101, she was Nicole. She played the best friend to the lead actor on the show. Who was Jamie Lynn Spears? Who is Britney Spears' little sister?
Hey guys, we're going to show you the set of our spring break episode.
Let's do it.
First of all, this is someone's house and someone's actual tennis court. Check it out. This is the owner's driveway, but for right now, we're keeping it for our gear and equipment.
Now we're about to show you the rest of the house. Come on.
Zoey 101 was a show about kids that went to boarding school in Orange County, California. I'm pretty sure it was Orange County, California, or LA. I don't know. It was over there. It was over there in that area. Yeah, and Zoey and Nicole like BFFs on the show, and then in the middle of the show's run, Nicole left the show. She ended up going to another school because in the storyline they said she had like a boy crazy obsession, when really they said that Alexa was actually fired from the show, where Alexa made it clear recently, I say recently, about a year ago, this is when all this information came up, that she was not fired from the show, she left. Now, I will tell you guys why she left very, very soon. Now, I've always had my speculations about Zoey 101. Simply because if you guys remember, like before the internet, like before Tumblr, before Twitter, like before social media, their message boards was how everything on the internet was spread around. Like 9 times out of 10, all the celebrity tea and drama that we get from Twitter, where people are exposing them for the filth that they are and what happens behind the scenes of a lot of shows and whatnot. Like y'all see how Ellen is being taken down right now. All this stuff was explained on message boards. My little 8-year-old, 7-year-old self had no business being on these things, but I wound up on them anyway. And that is when I found a lot of the information about the Zoe 101 allegations, where people were talking about Nicole and Zoe didn't get along. That's why Nicole got fired and Brittany got involved in it, and Sean left the show because of this and that and the third, and Dan Snyder was a creep and a pedo and all that. And it's so weird because a lot of stuff that was posted on message boards in the mid 2000s and early 2000s ended up being true, because a lot of what I read on those message boards, Alexa confirmed. And I find that really sad. I really wanted none of this to be true, but when she said it actually all was true, it really broke my heart. And Alexa, you deserve better. I'll just go ahead and say that. She's probably not going to see this video, but she deserves so much better. Like, nobody deserves to go through this, especially a child that just wanted to live their dream and do what they wanted to do. And also another reason why I knew about the Zoe 101 drama, like this, another thing that kind of confirmed it was that I used to go on Dan Snyder's website a lot, where he would like post blog posts and things like that. And a question was one from the fans that said, do the cast on your shows get along? And he said, if you're talking about Victorious and iCarly, then yes. And I was like, okay, so that also did confirm that there was some issues with Zoe 101. Now, what I'm about to tell you guys, it is involving child abuse and bullying. So if you are really sensitive to those topics, I really just like viewer discretion is advised, because it was tough for me to watch all of this. It's even kind of hard for me to make this because I can relate to a lot of what she was going through. So yeah, let's get into this mess. So as we know, this is a lot of the mess that was just going on during Zoe 101. Alexa hated working on the show. She said it was the worst experience she ever had. She was only a teenage girl, like young teenage girl too, like 13, 14. So yeah, she was talking about she just felt like an outcast. She just felt really lonely. The only person she would really talk to like that was her mom. She would talk to the boys sometimes. And really the only person on the show who was nice to her was Sean. And Sean was the actor who played Chase on the show. And now, if you guys do remember watching Zoe 101, in season 1 there was a girl named Dana, and Dana was Nicole and Zoe's roommate. And Dana was just like the mean girl that had like a soft side to her, and then she just like randomly left after the first season. Now I currently remember that like when I say I used to lurk on the message boards when I was little, everybody said Dana left because she was too old. They said she looked too old, and actually she was a lot older than Alexa and the other cast members, so that did confirm that's probably why they got rid of her, like another reason. But Alexa made it clear that it was like during the beach episode of Zoe 101 that, you know what, I have to say this before I get to that. Rewind. We'll come back to this in a minute because this plays into that. Now, you guys know Jamie and Alexa played best friends on the show. Zoe and Nicole, they were like a dynamic duo, inseparable. You couldn't tell them apart. But actually, they did not really get along like that. Alexa did want to be Jamie's friend, but like Jamie just was not feeling her, and Alexa was like, okay, whatever. She just like blew it off, just still being professional. And Alexa was the most professional person out of this whole situation. That's the worst thing about it. A freaking child was the most professional. But yeah, Jamie just was not feeling her, and Alexa was like, okay, it's kind of weird because they had to play, she was like, we had to play best friends on the show, but we didn't get along in real life. And it honestly felt like it was more one-sided, where Jamie just didn't like her and Alexa wanted to get along. But anyway, Alexa just didn't think anything of it. But her name was Curstin. That was the name of the girl that played Dana. Curstin and Jamie became friendly with each other, and just like pushing Alexa to the side, leaving her out, doing all the little friend type things that Alexa didn't want to do with Jamie. So moving on from that, going back to what I said, where they were filming the beach scene, and we calling the girl Kaylin. Her name's Curstin. Curstin put her hands on Alexa, and it scared her. Like, she like pushed her into some rocks for like no freaking reason. I don't know what provoked her to do that. And then Alexa told her mother about it because it scared her. She didn't know, like, she felt like she was in danger working with somebody that physically hurt her, and then she doesn't really know why they got rid of her in the first place. But yeah, Dana wasn't back, and that probably did have something to do with her not being in the remainder of the series. Now, moving on to season 2, where it was Alexa's last season on the show, this is when it started to get extremely bad, because it was already terrible season 1, but you thought season 1 was bad, season 2 was even worse, because she, as you guys know, Tori Vega herself, Victoria Justice, was brought into season 2 to replace Kristen's character, Dana, where Dana was no longer their roommate. They said she went somewhere, who knows where, I forgot. I'm not watching the show ever again. But yes, Victoria Justice was brought in to be the new roommate named Lola. Now, Alexa and Victoria actually didn't know each other prior to that, and they were friendly with each other, and Alexa was happy at the fact that she finally had a friend on the show. And I really do understand like that feeling when like you finally get a friend after not having one for so long, because also I mentioned that Alexa was homeschooled during all this, so like being on set with like kids her own age was like the closest thing she was ever going to get to a school experience. So her and Victoria, they had everything was going good for them too, whatnot. Jamie was still not messing with her, but one day Victoria just kind of like turned on her, and she started being friendly. Like, it's like when Victoria started getting friendly with the other cast members, that's when she started being mean to Alexa. And people were talking about that, like, the videos that I'm referring to, like, this is all information that Alexa gave out, so I am taking Alexa's word for it. I always try to believe the victims and whatnot. But people were trying to say, I don't see an issue. They were like, if everybody's ganging up on you, you're probably the problem. And I'm like, no, because I was in Alexa's position before, where it's like if the mean popular kids don't like you, all of their other little followers not gonna like you either. And I've been in that position before. So yes, I firmly believe that Alexa is telling the truth. So yeah, she just went back to like having no friends, whatnot. She said the boys would be nice to her sometimes, but you know how boys are. Like, it's so weird because I can relate to that, where boys that would be so mean to me, one day we would have like a good, nice, deep down conversation, and then the next day they'll go back to being fake. So I do understand how that happened. So getting down to where what really made Alexa leave the show, where one day it's just like Alexa wanted to like have a conversation with Jamie because she just didn't know what her problem was with her. Like, she started not to care because she realized nothing was going to get to Jamie and they were never going to be friendly or whatnot. But she at least wanted to have, like, a cordial conversation with the girl. But all she did was just disregard her. So one day, there was an AD. His name was Ian. Now, one thing about Ian is that please keep in mind that he is friendly with the Spears family. So this is how all of this mess was able to happen. And if he never did what he was not supposed to do, this most likely would not have happened, because what he did could have got him fired. But you know, in the entertainment industry, this industry is a mess. Okay, I'll go ahead and tell you that. People are always covering up people's mess and whatnot. I can't freaking stand it, but I work in it, so... Anyway, moving on to what he did. He went and got Alexa talking about, hey, we need you for hair and makeup. And it was like, okay, told her mom that. And then he was like, actually, Jamie wants to speak to you. And she was like, weird, okay. So he was like, yeah, she's waiting for you in her trailer, just go in there. And then she went into her trailer, and that is just when everything just like hit the fan, and everything just got worse and worse and worse for poor little Alexa, where next thing you know, Britney came in. You all know Britney Spears, she was just standing up for her sister, her little punk sister that couldn't stand up for herself or say what she needed to say because she was not about that life. And Jamie couldn't do it herself, so she had her big sister gang up on her for her. And then next thing you know, it scared Alexa so bad to the point where she was physically sick. Like, it was a mess. It was freaking Jamie, like, it was freaking Brittany out because of what was going on. It was just an entire mess. She was crying. She was getting sick all over the place. And then Alexa's mom was just so confused because Alexa wouldn't say what happened because she was just so distraught and scared about what Brittany was doing to her. So next thing you know, her mom is just running around the place looking for somebody to help them because she was like, my daughter is sick, she's crying, she's not telling me what happened and what is going on with my child, just being a parent. That's what she was doing. And then next thing you know, they called Dan in. And the main issue with this overall is that Dan knew about every single last thing that was going on with Alexa, with the class bullying her and ganging up on her and excluding her and things like that, but he did nothing. And I firmly believe with all my heart that all the bad things that happened to Alexa Nichols on this set of Zoe 101, he's part to blame, okay? There are numerous things that Dan Schneider has done, because they also mentioned, people kept asking her questions about, what about Dan and what Dan? And it's obvious that she's just probably too scared to talk about what he's done. And there are numerous other people that have talked about the creepy things Dan Schneider has done to them. So him to be overseeing this being his own show and letting all of this mess slide by, I do blame him for every single bad thing that happened to her. So he came in all nonchalant about it, like, oh, that happened. Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, I have a gift for you. I have something for you. And he gave her a portable DVD player. And like, I know that's probably nothing to you guys now, but like back then that was like something. Like, I wanted a portable DVD player so much. I envy people that had one. You was popping if you had a portable DVD player. But she was just like, okay. But the thing about it is that that's one thing that abusers do. That is like abuser behavior, because after they're done abusing you or mistreating you or doing whatever the mess they is that do to you, they give you money or compensation or something to, like, as their way of saying sorry and hoping that you don't do anything about it. That's why I was just like, okay, I can see why. I don't understand. Okay, I can see why he did that, because he's creepy. Anyway, moving on to that, he was like, yeah, you actually do have to finish this last scene today, where she was like a total mess, not fit for acting or whatnot. So she was like, okay, I'll do it. I gotta get it over with. And I think this was like the last episode of season 2 when all of this mess happened. So next thing you know, Alexa comes in. Next thing you know, the whole entire cast is like squirting her with water guns and belittling her and bullying her and whatnot. And mind you that like they've been bullying her the entire time, and this is like the first time they've like physically all attacked her at once, where they were ganging up on her. And I was like, this poor child. This poor child. I felt so bad for her. I just wanted to like give her a hug through the screen when she was just telling her story. So that is how it happened on her last day on set on Zoe 101. So because of all of the mess that happened on the set of Zoe 101, Alexa's lawyer and them had a meeting with the executive board of Nickelodeon, including Dan Schneider. Now, Alexa's lawyer was friendly and in cahoots with Nickelodeon, so that is probably why all of this, like, it just feels like she never got justice with this situation. I just, like I said earlier, I just want to give her a hug, because I'm like, she didn't deserve any of that. Now, basically, they brought her into a room by herself. They told her she had to go in there by herself. A little child couldn't go in there with her mother. Like, she's a minor. Why are you doing that? And basically, they just started going off on her, telling her that she needed to put up with the treatment that she was being put up with. Like, that's like somebody doing you wrong, and they're getting upset about the fact that you don't like the way they're treating you. And that's basically all they said. Dan was just backing them up. He was agreeing with the things that Britney Spears said to her, talking about, you're never gonna last in this industry. This is not the place for you. I don't know why. They made some valid points. You need to toughen up. Suck it up. It's not that serious. Yeah, you're being bullied. Yeah, you're being harassed. So what? Deal with it. And I was just like, that is a valid reason to leave Nickelodeon. And also, I love Nickelodeon. I really, like, I'm just really getting angry the more and more I find out about them, because I've been doing so much research about, like, the dark secrets of them. And they're a really, really corrupt company. And it honestly just freaking hurts me. And hearing all this information about the executive board doing that to a child, and I'm like, you are running a network for kids. You guys claim that you care for children, but then you do stuff like this to your workers. I can't get with it. I can't. So after that, that is when she made a decision that she quit. That is what happened to Alexa Nichols, and why she left Zoe 101, and why Dan Schneider is at fault for every single last thing about it. Now, moving on post Zoe 101, as you guys know that Zoe 101 is supposed to be getting a reboot, and Alexa made it clear that she is not going to be in it. And she said, I'm especially not going to be anything a part of it if Dan Schneider is involved with it. And as you guys know, Nickelodeon did fire Dan Schneider because they finally got them sense through their brain. And she was talking about her entire time, like, being in the entertainment industry, she was extremely sexualized. And that's one thing about Zoe 101, is that they really did sexualize teenagers a lot. And the thing about it is that the entertainment industry in general sexualizes teenagers, whether it's like nowadays they can get away with it a lot bit more because they have adults playing teenagers. But no, like, Zoe 101, these were actual kids doing this stuff, and it is really unsettling to watch now that I'm older. And I'm just like, and she said that basically the whole time in the entertainment industry she just felt over sexualized. I completely understand. I am here for you, Alexa. And also, she did mention how she was still friends with Sean. He was like the only person that really did care for her, and they actually were good friends. Like, after the show, they still talk from time to time. So I do feel good knowing that she does have some type of, like, friend from this situation, where it's just like you feel like everybody hates you. But I'm glad that Sean was being a bigger person and he didn't give in to what everybody was saying in the long run, and they were able to get along. I do feel better knowing that there at least was one person there that did care for her other than her mother. Overall, the entertainment industry is a hot mess. They treat children just as bad as they treat adults. And I will not be watching the Zoe 101 reboot. Y'all will not hear me make any type of videos or commentary or anything about it, because when I found out, I'm already, like, y'all already know I don't like Dan Schneider. I have no respect for the man. Forget him. Like, he belongs in the trash can. Like I said, he's the scum between my toes. Dan Schneider gets nothing from me, and I hate the fact that he's like a big part of my childhood, but I don't support anything he will do in the future. While I am not going to watch this at all because of what happened to Alexa, this show just puts a really, really bad taste in my mouth. Like, this whole entire time I was making this video, I've gotten a really nasty taste in my mouth because this disgusts me so much, and it just hurts me to know that this happened all to an innocent child that just wanted friends. Alexa just wanted friends. Yes, thank you guys for watching this video. I love you all. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on everything to stay updated about what I do and whatnot. And so you guys get the announcement. I'm so excited to give that to you all. That's pretty much all I have to say. Alexa Nichols, you deserve better. I am on your side. And yeah, love you guys. Have a good night.